In Los Angeles, where the demonstrations are now stretching into their sixth day, a curfew is in effect until 6 a.m. local time for the downtown district. And in a statewide address last night, California Governor Gavin Newsom blasted the president's decision to deploy military forces to immigration protests there in L.A.
Donald Trump, without consulting California law enforcement leaders, commandeered 2,000 of our state's National Guard members to deploy on our streets, illegally and for no reason. This brazen abuse of power by a sitting president inflamed a combustible situation, putting our people, our officers, and even our National Guard at risk.
CBS News correspondent Elise Preston joins us once again from L.A. with more on all of this. Elise, I'm wondering the reaction to the governor's address and also this curfew still in effect where you are for a few more hours. Is it being enforced as far as you can tell?
It is being enforced, Errol. Good morning to you. That curfew went into effect around 8 o'clock last night as hundreds of protesters were in the streets. The mayor said the city had reached a tipping point. So as soon as that curfew took effect, officers began enforcing it. Officers on horseback started riding around down the downtown district, trying to get people to clear the streets, and people were immediately arrested. You can see right here in front of the federal building, it has been the calmest we've seen it over the last several of days. Only a handful of National Guardsmen are standing by. Now, they were not involved in the arrests yesterday when officers were rounding up folks who were breaking curfew. But you can see National Guardsmen are standing by. The traffic is open, and so people are able to access this downtown district, even with the curfew in place. It does not apply to people who live in this area or who are unhoused in the area.
And what do we expect to take place today, Elise?
Well, pretty much of the same. We do know that there are several National Guardsmen here. As we know, 4,000 have been deployed, as well as 700 Marines. Los Angeles police are also having a big showing when groups are starting to convene. I can tell you in front of the federal building all week, it's quiet for much of the day. And then in the afternoon is when we're starting to see people trickle out. And so yesterday we were here when there were all of these people in the streets. They were actually policing themselves, telling themselves to stay on the sidewalks, that they were trying to be peaceful. But other people kept coming and the crowd kept growing. And at that hour, police were saying you need to disperse. And when people did not disperse, that's when law enforcement moved in, Errol.
All right, Elise Preston with all the latest for us out of L.A. Elise, thank you.